I am Kesten Rono. You wanna come up? And today is day 111 of A Course in Miracles. Thank you for being here. Today is a review day. We've reached our next review session. So we will be returning to principles later, and let's be excited about revisiting the lessons that we've been discovering lately. Let's read this introduction together. Review 111, or review 3 probably. Our next review begins today. We will review 2 recent lessons every day for 10 successive days of practicing. We will observe a special format for these practice periods that you are urged to follow just as closely as you can. I will do my best to follow these as closely as I can. That is something I could be practicing in earnest. We understand, of course, that it may be impossible for you to undertake what is suggested here as optimal each day and every hour of the day. Learning will not be hampered when you miss a practice period because it is impossible at the appointed time, nor is it necessary that you make excessive efforts to be sure that you catch up in terms of numbers. Rituals are not our aim and would defeat our goal. So invite a little bit of ease, but I imagine it's going to say that where it's possible, we should apply ourselves. But learning will be hampered when you skip a practice period because you are unwilling to devote the time to it that you are asked to give. Do not deceive yourself in this. I think it's written for me. Unwillingness can be most carefully concealed behind a cloak of situations you cannot control. Unwillingness can be most carefully concealed behind a cloak of situations you cannot control. Okay, we could be tricking ourselves. It said, do not deceive yourself. We could be tricking ourselves by saying we are busy, but not being willing to notice that we are unwilling to do this review. May we invite ourselves to play and to practice here. Learn to distinguish situations that are poorly suited to your practicing from those that you establish to uphold a camouflage for your unwillingness. Those practice periods that you have lost because you did not want to do them, for whatever reason, should be done as soon as you have changed your mind about your goal. So there is some atonement, some undoing for the ones that we just didn't want to do, not the ones that we couldn't do. You are unwilling to cooperate in practicing salvation only if it interferes with goals you hold more dear. You are unwilling to cooperate in practicing salvation. What is us practicing salvation? I guess us doing the meditations on an attempt to understand or innately know how to align our vision with truth, stepping away from the ideas that we are giving allegiance to that do not serve us. So you are unwilling to cooperate in practicing salvation only if it interferes with goals you hold more dear. So if you believe that something is greater than solving this problem, if there are infinite problems and therefore lots of things that you could accomplish in a limited, scarce amount of physical human time, we could easily assign ourselves to other busyness. And maybe those things feel normal and unwavering. I would imagine that if you have an obligation to meet someone, pick up a child from school, or you're on a phone call, or you're making dinner and you're still trying to gather yourself with all your other busyness, these could just simply slip by. That wouldn't be an unwillingness. However, if we're distracting ourselves, that could be an unwillingness, in which case we'd want to go back. Not to get a certain amount of repetitions, but to honor the truth, which is that when we are free and we have sovereignty of mind and we want to be aware of our absolute peace, safety, happiness, freedom from worry, well, when we have this idea in mind, there is only one thing that serves our best interest, and that is getting to know ourselves and aligning with this true vision, which it's calling salvation. It feels like something I'm wrestling with, But that's what the ego's doing, wrestling in conflict with God, believing that something other than perfect happiness is what it wants. Instead, it spends all of its energy guarding from some kind of threat of love that God is offering. So if we feel that we have to do something else instead of pausing and do this practice, and oh man, if one thing has been consistent for me across these lessons, it's that I'm always finding something else to do, even if I'm looking back and not discovering some large amount of productivity building towards something possibly, yes, I have been avoiding. At least avoiding very constructed, upright meditations. I have been pleased with myself for how often I remember the lessons, including just waking up randomly throughout the night. I'm no longer asking myself, what was I supposed to be doing or thinking about? Then it got to the point where I was asking, what was today's lesson? And I would go review it and find it. And now it's like I call out of the depths whatever a lesson could be. I rest in God. I am as God made me. And I'm pleased to discover myself noticing these even on the edges of my physical consciousness when I'm waking and sleeping. But let's take this reminder as some enthusiasm to remember that if we can see a common idea in all things, truth, whatever that quote unquote looks like, to align ourselves with the vision of the Holy Spirit, to see things truly as they are, then we can see that even if there are infinite problems and many things to be distracted by, and some of those are justified, when we can see a common denominator, then we can see the connection of all things. And we can see how everyone could be our brother. And we could see how fundamentally everyone is separate from themselves in peace, most likely, unless we discover that many people have already figured this out. And we can see that it is so much easier to see life as one problem, one solution, that we are all on our way to discovering ourselves, rediscovering our own will, God's will, our connection to God, our connection to ourselves. And if that feels too far out, our ability to recognize love in all things. Wouldn't you want to see love in all things? Maybe it doesn't seem like that's possible, but you can imagine that if all things saw love in all things, then love would be the thing that everyone is seeing, which means that more of our decisions, whatever they are, would be based from a foundation of love rather than one of our insert upsets, insert attack cycle ideas. So I guess it comes down to us. It's you and me here with ourselves. So if we're holding some other goal in mind, other than this common denominator, one problem needing one solution, and one solution is requiring that we spend what looks like some portion of every hour that we are willing and available to meditate on some of these ideas. 2 ideas a day. We already know the ideas. We've already gone over them together. So this will be even easier for us to implement, at least mentally or spiritually or familiarity-wise. So may we see one problem, one solution, and notice ourselves separate from seeing all things through our holiness and being curious about what that exactly is, because we can already imagine that if all things viewed life through a lens of peace, then peace would be what all minds are casting. So may we be a part of that. You are unwilling to cooperate in practicing salvation only if it interferes with goals you hold more dear. When you withdraw the value given them, allow your practice periods to be replacements for your litanies to them. They gave you nothing, but your practicing can offer everything to you, and so accept their offering and be at peace. Let these illusions go. Notice that they are not fulfilling you, even if they are seemingly exciting, and allow something else to creep in that may offer the fulfillment that we are looking for. Of course, we're here for meaning and purpose, and knowledge is what allows us to feel comfortable in time. So, getting closer to the eternal realm of knowledge, some idea beyond time, with all knowledge, relaxes all fears. What could not be known or accounted for? There would be no further planning required. What does it rest upon? The constant truth, the unconditional, the holy, unchanged. The format you should use for these reviews is this: devote 5 minutes twice a day or longer, if you would prefer it, to considering the thoughts that are assigned. 5 minutes twice a day to consider the thoughts that are assigned. Read over the ideas and comments that are written down for each day's exercise. I'll read those to you. And then begin to think about them while letting your mind relate them to your needs, your seeming problems, and all your concerns. Okay, so I'll read these ideas to you. You can just relax with these ideas and see how they relate to all the things that you imagine are concerning to you. Place the ideas within your mind and let it use them as it chooses. Give it faith that it will use them wisely, being helped in its decisions by the one who gave the thoughts to you. That's you. What can you trust but what is in your mind? Have faith. In these reviews, the means the Holy Spirit uses will not fail. The wisdom of your mind will come to your assistance. Give direction at the outset, then lean back in quiet faith, and let the mind employ the thoughts you gave as they were given for you to use. Okay, you can't walk on water, but you can blow up a nice lounging floaty. Put it right in the middle of the pool, and then sit back and soak in the sun and just be curious about what you notice. What am I saying with this ridiculousness? I'm saying we have permission to say, I need help. I know you're in there. I can feel myself as constant. So I am aware that even though I see myself within time, you, conscious you, who's ever given me this permission, myself, you have been timeless. May I seek your help and wisdom, please, in understanding timelessness. I am ill-equipped, but to say, I am curious. So may I sit back and may you speak to me. That's you on your floaty in the pool, collecting some vitamin D. You have been given them. These are the thoughts. Let the mind employ the thoughts you gave as they were given you for it to use. You have been given them in perfect trust, in perfect confidence that you would use them well, in perfect faith that you would see their messages and use them for yourself. Offer them to your mind, and in that same trust and confidence and faith, it will not fail. It is the Holy Spirit's chosen means for your salvation. Since it has His trust, His means must surely merit yours as well. Okay. We have been given our capacity to think, our mind, in perfect trust, in perfect confidence that we would use them well, these thoughts, in perfect faith that we would see these thoughts messages and then use them for ourselves. So we're going to offer them to our own minds with this same idea of eternal trust and confidence and faith. Remember, eternal realm of knowledge. Eternal realm of knowledge, so it will not fail. It is the Holy Spirit's chosen means for your salvation. That which sees truth and illusion for simply what they are, that's the Holy Spirit's function. Since it has His trust, God's trust, His means must surely merit yours as well. So it is the same will. We emphasize the benefits to you if you devote the first 5 minutes of the day to your reviews, and also give the last 5 minutes of your waking day to them. If this cannot be done, at least try to divide them so you undertake one in the morning and the other in the hour just before you go to sleep. Okay. Just 2 5-minute sessions? Weren't we in a position before to be doing 5-minute sessions every hour? Maybe recognize the ease of the invitation here. And rather than picking a time, well, you will fall asleep and you will wake up. Probably. What I mean by probably is I hope you get great sleep. Not that you stay asleep forever. And because this can be flexible in itself, you have permission to just sit for a moment before you fall asleep, or even just stay laying down. It's not telling you you must sit, but to spend 5 minutes simply pondering the ideas for the day before you drift off into sleep. And when you wake up, be curious, what was it? Maybe you set something on the table next to your bed, or put your phone further away, or anything that causes you a stimulus, and say, why is it like that? When you wake up in your stupor and you think to yourself, oh shoot, yeah, it's over there, because before I was supposed to touch my phone, I had to think about something. What was it? Maybe go grab your phone and review this video if you have to, but don't get lost. Don't get lost. Do enjoy yourself. The exercises to be done throughout the day are equally important and perhaps of even greater value. Okay, so we're not off the hook. You have been inclined to practice only at appointed times and then go on your way to other things without applying what you learned to them. That's debatable for me. I feel like a lot of this has been surfacing for me as I go throughout my day. Has that been true for you? And I do feel like I've probably been unwilling and avoiding to some degree, but also distracted from remembering to practice at appointed times. What's been true for you? As a result, you have gained little reinforcement because I haven't been using it throughout the day, and have not given your learning a fair chance to prove how great are its potential gifts to you. Here is another chance to use it well. Thank you for another chance. In these reviews, we stress the need to let your learning not lie idly between your longer practice periods. Attempt to give your daily 2 ideas a brief but serious review each hour. Use one on the hour and the other one a half an hour later. You need not give more than just a moment to each one. Repeat it and allow your mind to rest a little time in silence and in peace. Then turn to other things, but try to keep the thought with you and let it serve to help you keep your peace throughout the day as well. I am someone who chooses to separate from my phone, but the truth is it's probably nearby. It could be on airplane or silent, or I could be ignoring it. It could be in my bag for days. Days might be a stretch. All day. But it's also very often with me, or I'm near some device, like right now. Perhaps I can take my phone with me and still have it on Do Not Disturb if I'd like, and set a 30-minute timer if this is not annoying to me, just to prompt me to remember, to consider. And if I can be somewhere that I can have this timer going off every 30 minutes, then I can allow myself to just sit with the idea for a moment. Oh, the timer. Pause or repeat, whatever the case is. What was the idea? Oh. What does that feel like? What sounds am I noticing right now? What do I see when I open my eyes, holding the idea in my mind? And then move forward. Maybe you try this on too. If you are shaken, think of it again. These practice periods are planned to help you form the habit of applying what you learn each day to everything you do. Applying what we learn each day to everything we do. We want to see everything through our holiness. Do not repeat the thought and lay it down. Its usefulness is limitless to you. This thought, its usefulness, is limitless to you. May you ponder the limitless in a world where, in physical, everything is limited in time. However, limitlessness exists. Its usefulness, this thought, its usefulness is limitless to you, and it is meant to serve you in all ways, all times and places, and whenever you need help of any kind. It is meant to serve you in all ways, all times, all places, and whenever you need help of any kind. There is no turning away from the ideas in here of noticing love in any situation, in any time of your life, no matter where you are or with whom. Try then to take it with you in the busyness of the day and make it holy, worthy of God's Son, acceptable to God and to yourself. Each day's review assignments will conclude with a restatement of the thought to use each hour, and the one to be applied on the half hour as well. Forget them not. This second chance with each of these ideas will bring such large advances that we come from these reviews with learning gains so great, we will continue on more solid ground, with firmer footsteps and with stronger faith. It's proclaiming the importance and the value of using these mantras throughout your day to build a foundation for a future we do not know, but that it will be greater if we have been practicing these, significantly greater. Such large advances, it says, just by these simple practices. So may we allow these ideas into our minds. May we not sit idly with them, but allow them to weave into whatever it is that we are noticing, whatever it is that we are doing. Do not forget how little you have learned. Do not forget how much you can learn now. Do not forget your Father's need of you as you review these thoughts he gave to you. One more time. Do not forget how little you have learned. You've probably learned a lot. This book is suggesting not that you were small, but how little it is in truth that we are here questing alongside love and curious to know it, that we may offer peace because it is what we seek. Peace for ourselves, peace for our children, abundance for the future, an outpouring of love. It can take any shape, but it is not hate or attack or shame or depression or anger, sadness, any of it. No, it is peace, love, and not just all peace and love, dude, but your ability to feel it, to know it, to emanate it, to appreciate someone else, to offer patience, to see them on their own quest, to waking up to their own best interests. And if you've discovered any amount for yourself, may you wear it. You can never force someone to have it, but you can show it off by being it. Do as I do, not as I say, of course. Do not forget how little you have learned. Do not forget how much you can learn now. You're having a taste of truth. You have an opportunity to build with a real foundation. Do not forget your Father's need of you. There can be no total salvation unless you know it for yourself. So please participate in all there is as you review these thoughts he gave to you. These are miraculously short. Please enjoy some short videos over the next few days. Lesson 111 for morning and evening review. Miracles are seen in light. This is 91. Miracles are seen in light. Please repeat this idea after me. Miracles are seen in light. I cannot see in darkness. Let the light of holiness and truth light up my mind, and let me see the innocence within. Miracles are seen in light. I cannot see in darkness. Let the light of holiness and truth light up my mind, and let me see the innocence within. We cannot see in darkness. This is a principle we can translate to physical vision. Let the light, therefore we are curious about light. We like having access to our senses. Let the light of holiness. Okay, remember we are outside of the physical realm. We were using a metaphor here. Let the light of holiness and truth, that there is lightness there, strength. soundness versus nothingness. Let the light of holiness and truth light up my mind. Let me see with true vision, with holiness. Let this be the light that is cast inside my mind. Just like light is cast in this room, and therefore I can see light and see shadows and see shapes, let the light, its source, be truth and be holiness, so that when I see in my mind's eye, everything is lit by truth and holiness. And let me see the innocence within. The innocence within. You are not guilty. You are not born in sin. You do not need to believe that you are condemned. And you no longer need to condemn yourself. You find salvation with yourself through the power of forgiveness. Miracles are seen in light. Please repeat this one more time. Miracles are seen in light. Reviewing 92. Miracles are seen in light, and light and strength are one. Miracles are seen in light, and light and strength are one. Please repeat this idea. Miracles are seen in light, and light and strength are one. I see through strength the gift of God to me. My darkness, my weakness is the dark his gift dispels by giving me his strength to take its place. Miracles are seen in light, and light and strength are one. I see through strength the gift of God to me. My weakness is the dark his gift dispels by giving me his strength to take its place. I see through strength. Well, in the previous lesson we were saying, let the light of holiness and truth light up my mind. That we are seeing through light and holiness, truth. This light is holiness and truth. So when we see through this light, we are seeing through strength. This is a gift that God has given you, the ability to see through strength. My weakness is the dark his gift dispels. So, if God is offering truth, your weakness is untruth. It's okay. This is what he offers you to dispel. Why dispel? Of course, it is just a spell cast upon you. You've cast it upon yourself. It is your weakness. It is my weakness. My weakness is the dark, that area without the light of holiness and truth, therefore missing strength, therefore simply just being weakness. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just that if strength is assigned to the light of truth, the light of holiness, then being without that light simply is weakness as an idea. Well, God has given you something. It is deep within you. Your ability to be curious about truth. Quest in the direction of true knowledge. My weakness is the dark his gift dispels. You already have his gift. You have a weakness, and right alongside of it, you have a gift to see through strength. What is strength? Holiness. Truth. This is the gift God gave you, so it's right here, right now, at all times, ready for you to notice, ready for me to notice. And the weakness that we believe keeps us from noticing it is immediately dispelled simply by noticing it, by giving me his strength to take its place. That's it. Remember our 3-step process that takes 2 steps? Feel how we feel, let it go, notice what was there. Feel how we feel. Oh my goodness, we're upset. Maybe we're happy. Do we believe we're defending something? Do we believe we have to fight something? That's our cycle of attacks. That's not what we want. That's not perfect peace or perfect safety or freedom from worry. That's not all love. We're seeing life through our holiness, so we let it go. We forgive ourselves. We realize that what we were experiencing in the past is not here now, that this is part of the trick that we cast upon ourselves, that we are stretching ourselves into the past and worrying about the future, the unknown, neither of which are ever present. The only thing that's present is us now, you here now, in the present. That is the gift of presence. So we either recognize something is in the past, or we realize that we have the power to decide how we feel no matter what we believe has done unto us. Therefore, we are stepping out of the victim position and into our own sovereignty to heal ourselves. Not by saying, this never happened, take it away, it can never happen again, and then I'll be okay. No, it is by recognizing that there is something about whatever it is that we are that might be forever, and that forever we are not going to live inside of an emotionally depressed prison of our own mind. That we have not only the power, but the responsibility to decide how we want to feel. And once we notice that we have this opportunity, we must choose love, or realize that we are condemning ourselves to darkness, to some kind of emotional hell. Well, if we condemn ourselves, we know that God has not condemned us. We've made this decision for ourselves. So again, the responsibility will always be on our shoulders, but so will the invitation to let it go, to let it go. Then what do? Well, we don't be silly. We don't be silly and replace it with our own ideas, which we'll have to eventually undo all over again, because we would be picking something that we believe is in our best interest rather than simply noticing what is already there. This is His strength to take the place of your weakness. I see through strength the gift of God to me. My weakness is the dark His gift dispels by giving me His strength to take its place. Please repeat after me. Miracles are seen in light, and light and strength are one. Okay, these are what we say in the morning and evening. Miracles are seen in light. Miracles are seen in light and strength are one. And then on the hour, which is coming up, we say miracles are seen in light. And on the half hour, which is coming up right after the hour, miracles are seen in light and strength are one. So for our convenience, they appear to be the same exact statements. Please repeat after me one more time. For the morning and for the hour, miracles are seen in light. And please repeat after me again. For the morning and for the every half hour, miracles are seen in light and strength are one. I am Kesten Rono, and I am as God made me. Miracles are seen in light and strength are one. See you tomorrow after your practice.